Okay, so this is a video I've been really excited to make for a while. What we have here on the left is the standard edition of Star Wars, the Black Series, the Mandalorians, the armor. This is the standard, I'm kind of up close here, but you can see this is the standard size box with the standard artwork and the standard little thing on the back, which we'll read in just a second here. You can see on the right, we have this one, which was probably meant to be some kind of con exclusive originally, but it became just the deluxe version of the armor from the Mandalorian. You can see there, this box is kind of big and hard to show in the camera, but you can see it all there. It says Star Wars, the Black Series on the back. Nice big black matte box. And you can see in here that she comes with some different things. Definitely a little bit different. So what I want to do in this video, if that's cool, is go through and point out the differences between these two figures. I'm going to be taking this out of the box, this armor out of the box. This armor will be staying in her box, just like this, and we'll just kind of go through and point out the differences as we go along. So right now I'm just taking her out of her box. She's got the standard plastic over the loose piece, the pieces that are in the plastic. So we'll take that off. Let's get the box all out of the way. Oh, I should say first what it says on the back about her. You can see that there. Up top, I'm going to read the English one. The armor plays a vital role in keeping the culture of the Mandalorians alive. She forges Beskar armor in the ancient tradition of her people. Pretty much the only thing we have to say about her at all. This character was super fun to come across. Not only was this a female character who was somewhat a character of authority, she's like the spirit guide, I guess you could say, of the Mandalorians, and I just think it's really cool that it's a woman because you don't really see too many female Mandalorians. We have Bo-Katan, and then the people who she runs around with, and that's about it. And there, she showed up in this, but having I just want to show that. Be careful taking this out. You see how much that's bending with me just trying to push the wire out, the bottom part out. Let's go with the top. Pull out by the top. But yeah, anyway, I just really love this character. I think it's awesome that they made the armor a woman as one of her little hammers. Looks like this one. Okay, so, so this is like super bendy. I don't know if it's gonna focus there. It doesn't actually move or anything, but it's crazy bendy. You could probably, I don't know if you could put this in our hands. We'll see. We'll try that. But this is very frail plastic. And then we'll go ahead and pull her out last. Now, it's one thing in particular I've been very excited. Oops, her cape fell off. Very excited to see. We'll get to here in a second. So here she is. Her cape kind of popped off. Her little shoulder thing popped off, coming out of the box. So let's take a look. I guess we'll just go ahead and start comparing these two because the differences you can start seeing pretty much immediately. So let me see if I can adjust my camera just a bit to get this to be a little better. There we go. Okay. So here we have the two armors. The first thing, which should be pretty obvious, this fish fell off again, is this. She has this little hole in her back. Her design, actually, it reminds me of a character from Destiny, the game, if you've ever played that. That's what this reminds me of. I don't know if it's just the coloring of the metal or what, but you can see this has a piece that's meant to go in there. This is probably my favorite difference between the two. I don't know if I'll ever take this deluxe one out of her box, but let's see. I'm getting a pen here so I can point. This here is her version, and if you see, it's cloth. It's like that weird fuzzy cloth. It's basically exactly what you would imagine for the cloth version of this kind of thing, kind of like a faux fur cloth. And that's a huge, honestly, they could have done it on this regular figure very easily. They put cloth goods on Star Wars figures day in, day out, but they just didn't, I think they just wanted to possibly differentiate the original versus this less fancy one. You can see that her chest piece is actually more bronze here and more reddish pink here. I'm not sure if that is the shiny overcoat that's making it look more bronze. I think they're both pretty much the same amount of shininess. But this is definitely more purpley red, where this is more bronze. The helmet seems to be pretty much the same. I don't really see anything different there. I think it might be taken a touch more care into the sculpt. You can't really see the horns too well on the other helmet, but it does look like they might be slightly better designed on this one. Same with the little carving pieces in the face. They look like they're a little bit heavierly indented here, making it clearer to see that detail. Her body looks to be about the same. This skirt does seem to have, again, more detail in the coloring. This does have the wash. You can see it's got the black wash over the brown. But this looks a little bit darker in the wash color. Or just overall, they just put a little bit heavier wash on it is what it looks like. It just came through a lot better than it did on this one. Her arms and torso piece seem to be pretty much identical, down to the coloring of these little things. The little belt pieces look to be all the same. Her pants look to be the same. Even the side stripe, you can kind of see it just on the side there. There's a tiny little spot you can see the stripes. They are about the same. Her feet, I think, are slightly lighter colored toes on, we're looking at the very, very bottom here. In the camera, they look about identical. In person, this figure looks, the deluxe figure looks very slightly lighter in color. More gray than this one's tan, maybe. And that's the thing for the body. Her tools, now you can see down here in the deluxe pack, we have the same tools that she comes with in the standard pack. There you have the hammer and her little clipper things. It also comes with a little, what would you call this? Mechanics, explosive thing. It's meant to be her hitting the hammer down. I imagine takes some pretty stellar pictures with that one. And then we have these two, which if I take anything out of this box, it'll probably be these two, because if you compare, this is not even the same tools. This is not. They literally just threw these standard weapons or standard tools into this deluxe box as a secondary thought, probably. I think their first and an immediate worry and concern was making sure these were good. So you can see that they're larger. They're much larger than, let me see if I move this a little bit closer. They're much larger than the ones that she comes with the standard versions, and they have the hot red ends. Well, they're orange, but it's meant to be the from the heat. But you can see how much bigger that is. It's about twice the size, probably. And I would imagine they're probably sturdier too. This thing is pretty flimsy. And then she also, the deluxe version comes with this helmet, which is a blank helmet that she's meant to be designing for a figure or a Mandalorian like herself. Now, let's pull this back a little bit, because this is what I've been waiting for. I have yet to do this myself. One of the main reasons I wanted to take the deluxe version out of the box was to see this. I'm kind of nervous, but let's see how it looks. She has a head under here. That's supposed to be, oh, does she not? It's supposed to be, oh, gosh. I don't know if this comes off. It's supposed to be a blank head, but I'm really not getting her. If you see under there, you can see the chin. It's there. They may have glued this head on top of the blank head. I'm not sure why they did that. I can't get it to come off either, which is odd. Oh, that's super annoying. Just messing with this though, I can see that this neck piece here, you know, I have a feeling that they made this so you can't take it out, because she has this neck piece. Look how phenomenal. You never get this in Marvel Legends, which is by the same company as this, by the way. Why can't they give Marvel Legends this good of articulation for women? You see her neck piece, it's all covered. They kind of gave it all the special, more like an import joint would be on the neck piece. And I think that's why the head doesn't come off, because that's probably, look, I don't see any joint that's meant to come off here. This helmet, the more I mess with this, it wants to come off. I can see up to the nose in there, but it really doesn't want to come off. And I don't want to accidentally pull her neck joint out and break it, because I did just get this one a couple of days ago. That's super frustrating. It's like I said, I've been waiting because I don't want to take the other armor, the Deluxe armor, out, because I know she has this head under there. That's so funny. You can see the ear even down there. I'm like not in the right ear, but you can see like the ears down there. You can see the nose is in there, and the chin and the mouth a little bit. But she won't come off. I think they glued this helmet down. I'm gonna have to do some behind the scenes work probably and see if that comes off. Let's give her cape back while we can, though, while she's here. I want to cut some figures from the show. I'm going to compare them next to her. All right, so here we have the armor with the standard edition here, and she has the standing next to her Moff Gideon, Mandalorian, who was the also Black Series. He was just a single pack, and then we have this little Grogu. This Grogu was from the single pack Grogu. This cart, his little crib, was from the 2-pack with Mando. This is not the 2-pack Mando, this is the single Mando. This is the Grogu who came with his little basket. He doesn't quite fit in there though, so we've got this other guy in here. And then Mando's got the darksaber hilt. Here's the saber itself. And obviously, spoilers, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you haven't seen the end of season 2, but here we have Luke with his young ward. And he is actually a Fig Arts, so don't go looking for a Black Series Luke that looks like that. You won't find one. I love this Luke. He's got the cool little Wooswips hair. Anyway, we're not talking about him today. We're talking about the armor. She scales really, really well. I honestly, she's a touch short. I'll say it. She's a little short. Looking at her next to Mando, Mando wasn't necessarily an extremely tall character in the show, but you can very clearly see here, she's noticeably shorter than him. She's about the height of Moff Gideon, who does not have the Mandalorian helmet and things that she has. So she's a little bit scaled off. That's a little bit frustrating. And I don't see any reason that this other one would be sized differently. They're probably the same. I have yet to be able to get this head off. I'm not happy with it. But while I'm here, let's take a look at these Grogoos. Because I thought that might be kind of fun also. You get 2 Grogoos that I have. There's 2 available on the market that are this size. This is the original Grogu. He's sitting in the baby carriage. And you can see his little coat is all one-toned. And that's one of the things that they changed with the updated one. The coat is designed a little bit differently. The fabric drapes a little differently. And his head is got a different whole headness to it. The ears are hanging at a different angle. There's actually more color to the ears on the newer one, and the eyes have a completely, well, the whole face has a completely different look to it, different expression. They also gave him his little old man hair. It looks like they have the texture in here, but they didn't paint it in here. They painted it. I don't think that really adds too much to it. If you get super, super close, I think I still prefer the original one. This guy, he looks a little bit more peaceful. This guy looks a little bit more like he's gonna mess you up because he likes watching people fall down the stairs or something. I don't know. But yes, in case you ever wondered what the difference between these two were, this guy came with a 2-pack with Mando. This guy came with a tiny little box on his own. So there's those little fellas. Moff Gideon came with the darksaber originally. If you want to see the saber of the darksaber, this is what it looks like when you get it on a figure. It's just the black plastic with clear plastic on the outside. I am personally thinking about painting that clear rim blue or something, or something, yeah, so it looks a little bit more accurate to how it looks in the comics. The Mando is pretty good. This cape that he has didn't come with. This was actually, I believe, Island Ray's cape. Who she's not wearing it now, so it works pretty well as a makeshift kind of cape thing for him. I think that covers everything. Again, I am very disappointed that this thing doesn't seem to come off her head, and I'm gonna have to do it behind the scenes and possibly take out the deluxe version to see if hers comes off. But overall, I'm really happy I got this armor because she can stand with the rest of them, while her deluxe version looks all deluxe and fancy in the big, large, matte, minimalistic Black Series box with all of her extra accessories that she comes with. Oh, that's one thing I haven't tried. Let's see if we can get her to hold her little tools, which we have here. This hand, it looks, if I was to guess, I would say this hand looks more like it was designed for holding a round tool, whereas this looks like a bigger tool thing. So let's see if I'm right. I don't think I'm right. I think I'm actually directly wrong. If I could get her hand to take anything. This is not pretty. Oh, that just bent. Ooh, be careful with that. I bent it back, but be careful with that. Okay, well, she's got this in her hand. So that's fun. Hammer, cool. It's also a weapon. She did use these as weapons in that scene that I think made everybody fall in love with her in season 1. This bent really bad just a second ago, so definitely be careful setting her up with that. If that's going to be bending. You see her cape already fell off again. That cape is just absolute shit. I don't know why they don't give cloth goods more often. And there she's got that. So she does actually hold both weapons very well for the most part. It was a little bit difficult to get into her fist, the hammer. There we go. But she also stands super well. And so she does nearly complete this part of my collection. Cara Dune. I also have a Cara Dune. I haven't taken her out of box, but I'm gonna sell her because obvious reasons. I'm gonna make $100 off of her being kicked off of Star Wars. So go for me, go me. Yeah. Who's your favorite Mandalorian figure? I know there's a bunch here that they've probably made that I don't have. Oh, Heavy Mando is one I have as well, but he's still in his box also. Anyway, armor, regular versus deluxe. I would definitely say that your money should have gone to the deluxe one if you had the opportunity to buy it, or to buy both, because she is superior in many reasons. This one can't even seem to get her cape to stay on for more than a few seconds. But yeah, really, really pleased with the deluxe version. You know, fine enough about this version. It had a few things that could have been fixed. But yeah, really, really happy with this. Have a sweaty week.